नमस्कार, मैं हूं देबांजलि मोइत्रा। चीनी राष्ट्रपति शी जिनपिंग 48 घंटे के दौरे पर भारत पहुंच चुके हैं और भारत के प्रधानमंत्री मोदी के शानदार स्वागत से अभिभूत भी हैं। प्रधानमंत्री मोदी ने प्रस्तावित मुलाकात में सबसे पहले शी जिनपिंग का महाबलीपुरम में स्वागत किया और महाबलीपुरम की खूबियों से स्वागत किया। फिर इसके बाद एक जगह बैठकर नारियल पानी पिया। ये नारियल पानी प्रधानमंत्री मोदी ने खुद अपने ही हाथों से चीनी राष्ट्रपति को सौंपा। चीनी राष्ट्रपति ने भी इस नए पानी का आनंद उठाया और मोदी को नारियल पानी पीने के बाद खिलखिलाते चेहरे के साथ धन्यवाद दिया। एक बार आप पूरा वीडियो देखिए।
And Yuan dynasties and built temples there. The most famous being the Chedian temple, which has a beautiful deity which is called by a different name in China. But archaeologists believe that the style of that deity is exactly similar to the kind of work that was being done at the same time in India. In the 1930s, dozens of stones showing perfectly rendered images of the god Narasimha, the man-lion avatar of Vishnu, were unearthed in Chuanshu. Chanakya, in circa 350 BC, who was the prime minister of the Mauryan Empire, refers to Chinese silk as Chinam Sukha, or the Chinese silk dress, and Chinapatta for the Chinese silk bundle in his Arthashastra. In the records of the grand historian Zhang Jian, in 113 BC, and Sima Qian in 145 BC make references to Shendu, which may have been referring to the Indus Valley, originally known as Sindhu in Sanskrit. Of the many interesting similarities and commonalities between India and China is sugar, which was first developed in China, and when it came to India, we called it chini, meaning something which is referred to as Chinese. And even today, when we talk about sweetness in life or in relationships, we talk about chini. The Cholas maintained a good relationship with the Chinese. An entire treasure trove of ancient Chinese coins have been found in the Chola homeland. Many sources describe the great sage Bodhidharma, the founder of the Zen school of Buddhism in China, as a prince of the Pallava dynasty. During the 8th century, the astronomical tables of science by the Indian astronomer and mathematician Aryabhat were translated into the Chinese astronomical and mathematical book of the Treatise of Astrology of the Qian era. And of all the beautiful Chinese things that have become part of the Indian tradition are the Chinese fishing nets in Kerala. They were probably introduced in the 14th century and today are a major tourist attraction. People come from all across the world to look at them. These structures here, the rathas, date back to the 7th century and are attributed to the reign of King Mahendravarman and his son Narasimhavarman in the 7th century of the Pallava kingdom. These temple structures were never consecrated, due to which some historians even speculate that this could be a training ground of sorts to create templates for future endeavor for creating larger templates. This is the second informal meeting between President Xi and Prime Minister of India Shri Narendra Modi. All around and these boulders which have been so beautifully chiseled into these shrines remind me of the words of Lipo. You ask me why I make my home in the mountain forest, and I smile and I'm silent, and even my soul remains quiet. It lives in the other world, which no one owns. You ask me why I dwell amidst these jade green hills. I smile. No words can tell the stillness in my heart. I live in the other world, one that lies beyond the human. Art and culture, science and economics have always gone hand in hand between India and China. Five of these rathas are present here, of which 4 are linear, whereas the 5th, which is the Nakul Sehdev Ratha, stands apart. The elephant and the lion standing close together, almost lifelike. A delegation to China was sent as long back as 1,000 years ago by the great Chola Emperor Rajaraja. A Shiva temple in China and the use of Chinese umbrellas centuries ago shed light on ancient links between Tamil Nadu and the Dragon Land. In fact, one finds similarity in the lions that we see here in many of the temples of Tamil Nadu dragons of China. These are visuals of the Dharmaraj Ratha. This informal meeting reminds one of September 2014 when the two leaders met in Ahmedabad on the banks of the Sabarmati River. They met last year in Wuhan, an ancient city which at the same time is modern in China. And of course, and now this meeting in Mamallapuram. These informal meetings where the two leaders meet as friends work towards solidifying the India-China relationship.